What's got to happen next? Well, if the ball falls into the water trap, something has to happen. That's an on color instruction. So I'm going to control-click on this blue water trap, select Edit Cyan, that's the color, and say that when the turtle touches it, we're going to run some sort of instruction. Now, all of the instructions we've used so far, right turn, forward, set heading, those are called primitives. They're built into MicroWorlds EX. They're instructions that the programming language already knows. They're like the basic building blocks. But the beauty of coding is to be able to create your own new commands, and those are called procedures. We put together primitives to make procedures, and then we can put together our procedures to make other procedures. So we're going to create a new procedure, and we're going to call it water trap. It doesn't exist yet, but it will in a moment. So I'm going to type in water trap so that when that golf ball turtle touches that blue water in the water trap procedure is executed. I'll leave it set to once and say OK. Also, when the golf ball comes over here and touches the black hole, its target, I need to run some sort of procedure as well. Well, it would make sense to call that win, because if I touch the golf hole, then I've won. So I'm going to control-click on the black, edit black, and say that when the golf ball turtle touches black, then I will execute the win procedure. Again, win is not a primitive, it's a procedure that I will write. Leave it set to once and select OK. All right, now I need to move this golf ball back over here kind of to where I think its starting condition should be. Everything's set up, but I still have got to write those procedures that I applied to the universal color of the water trap and the golf hole. So I'm going to switch on the right hand side of my screen back to the procedures pane and look at this big blank area. Now I'm going to create my own procedures to go into this area. You don't need to do this part, but I'm going to make my font a little bit larger just so that it's easier for you to see what I'm typing. First, I need to create my water trap procedure. Anytime we define a new procedure, we start with the word to, and then we type the word. The new procedure name, this word needs to not have any spaces in it. If you want a space, you can use an underscore or a dash, but don't put any spaces. On the next line, what's going to happen when that turtle hits the water trap? Well, I don't want to see it. It's going to look as though it's fallen into the water. So I'm going to say HT for hide turtle. Next, I want to make some sort of an announcement. So I type the word announce space square bracket. The square brackets are near the enter or return key. So not parentheses, not curly braces, square bracket. Announce water trap or you fell in the water. Anything you want it to say on the screen. Close the square bracket. Then I need a little bit of a pause, otherwise things are going to be happening so quickly that the player is going to say, wait, what? What happened? So I'm going to build in a wait. I'm going to wait 3. The increments of the wait in MicroWorlds are in tenths of a second, so this is actually just waiting 3/10 of a second. Very brief period of time. Okay, what happens next? Well, we want to return the player back to the T point. So we need to set the position of the golf ball to that starting location. Uh-oh, what is it? Well, remember, use the eye tool, click on the golf ball, and we can see the coordinates are -202 for the x-core and -57 for the y-core. So I type those in, -202 space, -57, and then close up my square brackets. Also notice down here we got some sort of an error message, missing the closing bracket and water trap. The command center will tell us if we made an error or if it thinks there's some sort of a bug. At this point, really, we just hadn't completed our code, but it gives us an idea of what is going wrong if something is going wrong. Big, big help. All right, after we've reset that T position, we show the turtle. That is ST, show turtle. And then we end the procedure, END. So every procedure starts with a 2, ends with an end. We are done with that first procedure. And I can close up the backpack. Let's make sure that works. Onto the water trap, makes the announcement, brief pause, resets the position, turtle shows, and the procedure is ended. Outstanding. Now, we want to create a procedure so that when the ball reaches the target, the hole, that we win. Remember, we put a win command onto the black color. So let's write our win procedure. To win, what should happen? Well, we want that turtle to hide. Then we'll make an announcement like, you win, in square brackets. Then, brief wait, just to get the timing of the game down. Then reset that position one more time. Same coordinates as before. And then show the turtle. And then end. Let's make sure that works. You win. It does. Couple of finishing touches. One is that if I select Command and click on a button, I get sizing dots. So I can resize these buttons, make them a little more aesthetically pleasing so that they're a little bit smaller. Again, Command, click on the sizing dots, stretch them in. You can make all of those smaller. I also would like to have perhaps a flag on my hole. So go back up to the Painting and Clip Art palette, select your drawing tools, and perhaps make a nice white flag. Notice if I start too low down and say, oh gosh, I ended up in the hole, I didn't want it there. I can select Edit Undo and undo just the last command. So I'll go back, make a new flag, I'll use red, make a triangle. There we go. If it doesn't touch, you will end up pouring paint all over your entire golf course. Make sure you've got a closed region in order to fill it in. And then I'm going to select yellow. And I'm going to put a 1 right here because this is the first hole of my golf course. There we go. If you like, you can use this little presentation screen in the toolbar to set it up so that you see it fully in presentation mode. The last thing you might want to do, just to clean this up, is to freeze the golf ball. I'm going to drag it back to the start. If I Control-click on it and select freeze, that makes it so no one else can just grab it and drag it into the hole and just automatically win. The last step is to save your project, so go up to File, Save Project, or Save Project As, name it, and call it Mini Golf. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed creating your mini golf course. Welcome to the world of coding.